Everyone, welcome back to this channel. So thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to talk about the Charlotte Tilbury Pillowtalk Instant Eye Palette. It's really cool because Charlotte Tilbury has created 4 little trios of color, and they're all meant to inspire you to create a look with each. So like there's one for day, there's one for desk, there's one for date, and then one for dreams. This is the date look that I created, so this is look number 3. And if you like this look and you want to see more, of course continue watching, but if you also are feeling generous, please give this video a like, leave a comment below, share with your friends and family, and subscribe. Let's get started. So to start, I'm using a really small brush with that pearlescent shade in the Day Trio, and I'm just going right underneath my eyebrow, and I'm also going to go in my inner tear duct here, just to highlight those areas, make you look nice and bright and awake. And then I'm using that mid-tone just in the crease with a fluffy brush, and I kind of build. So I always start out light, and then I keep looking in the mirror to make sure that I like that amount of product, and then I build and build and build until I like it. So you can see here it's a little bit darker. And I just keep buffing that brush right into the crease really lightly with a really soft hand, and that just gives me a really beautiful gradient finish with it. Going in with that rosy champagne color, I like to call it like a rosé finish, I'm using a shader brush and just packing it on really nice and lightly, nothing too crazy or hard here. And I'm just using that soft hand to really blend that color in with the color that we have in our crease. Using an angle brush in that darkest tone within that trio, I'm just using that to really define the outer V area and kind of go slightly into my crease just to make sure that there's a lot of definition there. I like a little bit of a defined eye, even in the daytime. Just doing that on the other side, and then I always take a big fluffy brush, and I actually put a little bit more of that deeper tone on this, but I always just go in at the end and just kind of blend everything together to make sure that there's no harsh lines, and I just deepen this up for this look, but I'm also taking that color right underneath the eye using a angled brush as well. So I'm using a dark brown eyeliner really close to the lash line, only about halfway onto the eyelid. I just want it to get really thin. I don't want anything thick here because I want it to be nice in daytime and just really nice and natural. And then I'm going to use an angled brush just to buff it all out and make a really nice soft effect to it. After curling my lashes, I'm going to go in with Maybelline Big Shot Mascara and really concentrate it on the outer corner of the lash. I want it to be really nice and bright and kind of doll-like. To complete the look, I'm going to use NARS Orgasm Blush just because it kind of fits the theme, or the color scheme I should say, of the eyes. I wanted to keep it all monochromatic. And I'm going to use Pillowtalk Lipstick by Charlotte Tilbury as well, the original. And that is it. So this is the daytime look. I really hope you enjoyed it, and we'll get on to look 2. Using the lightest shade of the Desk Trio, I'm going to go right into the, inner third of the eye, and I'm actually blending this up into the crease just really lightly, nothing too crazy. It'll just help me blend out other colors later. And using that middle shade as my transition shade, I'm going to go in with a blending brush right into the crease, and I go pretty slow at first just to see how pigmented these products are, because this is honestly the first time that I've tried them. My intent here is to create a daytime or desk appropriate smoky eye. I'm going to use a fluffy brush and just go all over my lid with that darker shade. This just helps it be nice and soft, but then I'm going to pack it in a little bit more using a stiffer brush. And what that will do, it'll just help me aid in the placement of the product. I'm going to go underneath my eye with a straight edge brush to act as eyeliner. Apply mascara, of course. I like a few coats of this, even for daytime. And then I'm going to go in with eyeliner. I'm going to tightline my eye here, so I'm not going to create a liner on the lid traditionally, just a barely noticeable liner right underneath the top lid. For lipstick, I'm using NARS Belle de Jour. It's just a really nice soft nude. It's also really nice and creamy, so anyone who has dry lips will really appreciate this formula. I'm also using NYX Nude Suede Shoes lip liner just to define the lip a little bit more, but I don't want a solid lip liner look. For blush, I'm actually just using more Laguna bronzer. I already had some on, but felt like it could use a little bit more. And that completes the Desk Trio look. This is the date trio look, and it was my absolute favorite, but I will say it was filmed on a different day than the first two, and as you can see, the lighting's a little bit different. If you're wondering why I look a little bit more um, warm, that is why. But anyways, I'm using that first color right in the inner third of the eye, and then I'm buffing it right into the crease, really nice and softly, and that will just create a more even flow with the other colors I'm going to use. You'll see in a second. So using that mid-tone brown color, I'm going to go under what I just did, except for in the inner third. So just kind of on the crease and towards the outer V area. I'm going to try and blend it in as best as I can into what I just did. And then I'm going to take that same color and go right on the lid. I'm not doing anything too dark here because I want to see how I can build it. And if I want to go darker, I have room to. And using a denser but kind of fluffy brush, I'm going to use that same tone right underneath the eye just to give it more smokiness. I'm going to use that deep tone right on the outer corner of the eye, right underneath that crease. I like to build it up a lot because I like that kind of sultry look. I'm going to add that lightest shade in the Day Trio, which is underneath the eyebrow as well. So this is a style that I find always looks better with lashes. I'm going to put on my mascara, but also put on Lily lashes in the style Doha. They're not completely dry, but I think you'll still get the picture. And to complete the look, I'm using Shanghai Spice lipstick by MAC, and that is it. So I really hope you enjoyed the third look. It is my favorite. And if you're still here, we will move on to look number 4. I've quickly put the pearlescent shade in the Day Trio right underneath my eyebrows before we get started. But I'm going to use the darkest shade in this little trio, so the third one. I'm going to use a little small blending brush, get right into my crease, right into the outer corner. This is a dreamy look, so I don't really do makeup like this, to be completely honest. It's not really my style, but I thought for the fun of it, and I know that some people watching really like a more dramatic look, so this is what I've created. Again, I'm going to be a lot darker than this by the end, so you'll see as we get going here. But I'm going to just buff it, buff it, buff it right into the skin so it's nice and blended. I'm going to use that first shade right in the inner tear duct, and then again, just continue to blend with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. Using a flat brush, I'm going to go in with that second shade right on the middle of the lid. To be honest, there isn't too much of a difference between the first kind of shiny color and then the second shade. So at least there was a bigger difference on my hand as opposed to on my eye. But I'm going to go right underneath my eye as well using that third shade, so that really nice deep tone. I'm going to make this pretty dramatic for me, I guess, and just more bright. I'm going to use that first shade again from the Day palette or the Day Trio right into the inner tear duct to give it that nice brightness. And I'm just continuing to build this color until I feel happy with it. I'm really fanning out my lashes here because I want it to be really nice and dreamy, but there will be lashes applied. But I'm also going to go in with a gold eyeliner just into the waterline to give it a more dramatic effect. For lashes, I first went in with a Huda Beauty lash. So that's on my right side, but I felt like they were too heavy, so this is the lash that I end up going with. It is just the Ardell Wispies because I wanted that kind of wispy, dreamy feel to this look, not a denser look. But I kept both lashes on just while I deepen up this color here, but I will take that Huda Beauty lash off for this guy eventually. I'm just doing a very basic black liner here and tightlining my eye just to give it a slightly more definition, but I want those lashes and that eyeshadow to really come through. And I'm also taking a little bit of that eyeliner on an angled brush and just going on the bottom, I guess bottom third of the lower eyelid. And using this liquid lipstick by Lancome, which unfortunately is no longer, I'm going to just paint my whole lip with that, but I'm going to leave the center blank. I'm going to put Bobbi Brown's Hippie Shake liquid lipstick right in the center, and then that is it. So kind of a different look for me, really fun to do and create, and I really hope that you enjoyed watching these 4 different looks. It's a beautiful palette and I do highly recommend it. The color pigmentation is amazing and it is kind of expensive, so you know, if it's within a budget that you're willing to spend, I would say go for it. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like this video and you want to see more from me, of course give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, share with all your friends and family, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.